Hello everyone, welcome back to the verification lab. This is continuous series of Linux we are going through. So in this session, I will be discussing about first topic is permission and executable script. First, what's our permission? So permission define who can read, write or execute a file. Read permission means we can open or view the file. Write permissions means we can modify the file, and execute permissions means we can run the file as a program or a script. In design verification, permission matter because many project flows are launched using shell script. If a script do not have execute permissions, it may not run with dot slash. Now let us talk about the permission. Let us run a command and see how the permission has been defined. For that, we will be using ls, where it means listing. We will be using flag -l for long listing, and we will go to our directory, and the name of our directory is script, and inside that directory we have a file which is known as run.sim.sh. .sh stand for shell scripting file. So when I press enter, you can see I have the file permission view, like what are the permission this file can have. So you can see rwx is the first three word. So it can be divided into three equal parts. First part is for the user, second part is for the group, and third part is for the others. So in this you can see we have a R means read, W means write, and X means execute. So for user we have this much of permission. Now let us change the permission. So for changing the permission we will be using chmod plus X. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to give executable permission to this file for user as well as group as well as for other. So we will give our directory path and file name. Now let us see if the changes has been done or not. So you can see for group as well as user, we have given the executable permissions. So now if we want to run the file, we can run it very easily. So how to run the file? So we'll be using dot operator. So dot from this directory, we will go to the script, and then we will go to the run script.sh. So you can see we can run it. So this is how like the script is run. Now let us try for another way how we can run. So we can use bash also command for running the script. So similarly, either we can use dot operator or you can use bash also. In Divi project, many flows are controlled by shell script. So understanding permission is very important. Now I will move to my next topic, which is disk usage and cleanup. So let me clean this. Okay. So first what is disk usage? So disk usage tell us how much store space files and folder are consuming. So basically it tells us that whatever files we have, how much space they are consuming. Cleanup means removing unnecessarily generated files such as temporary files, older log, old waveform, or immediate simulation out. In design verification, this matter because simulation and regression can generate very large amount of data, waveform files, coverage database, and regression logs can be filled this space quickly. Simulation project can become very large because of logs, waveform, coverage, database, and regression output. So for that, we'll be using command du, means disk usage, and I will be using flag SSH, where S means summary and H means human readable form. So if I press enter and I will use dot for this directory, so let us see. So you can see whole this directory consume 51 KB. Now let us use some more of the often or mostly used option for this command. So I will be using du disk usage hyphen h hyphen max hyphen depth equal to 1. So basically what does it mean? In the present directory up to 1 depth, what is the disk usage? So if I press enter, you can see our actual constraint docs expected, all folder size has been given, and the total size is around 51 KB. So basically this is the disk usage command I have shown. Now we will go for another command. So it is known as disk free. It tell us how many free space is available. What is the free space available? So we will be using df hyphen h. It is for human readable form. So yeah, you can see now everything is given like C and F. I have two directory. What is the size of each and what is the use, what is the available. So all the thing has been given. Now let us use find command to find a temporary file. So in a log, we have some temporary file. We will be using find logs. So I have given the directory name. Then I have to use a switch known as type and say it whether it is a file or directory. So as of now, I'm searching a file. So it is a file. Then I will be using one more flag known as name. And inside the double quotes, we have to give the pattern. Like our pattern is star. So star means all the file with the pattern given after the star. So I will be giving temporary. So I am printing all the value. For this, I am trying to find first and printing all the files with temp extension. So basically, if I use print, you can see, yeah, in the logs, I have one temporary file. Similarly, let's say finds log file, and let's see how many log files are there. So you can see 4 log files are there. By this way, we can file this, and after confirming, okay, the temporary file is there, we can delete it. But be always careful while dealing with the delete, because Linux don't have recycle bin. Once it is deleted, it is gone. So let us clean this terminal and let us use the command. In place of no, I will be using temporary, and like I will be using delete. So now let us check if it is there or not. So this is the command. So you can see the file has been gone. So in the next module or the ongoing module, I will be teaching archiving and compression. So first, what is archiving? Archiving means collecting multiple files and folder into one single file. So compression means reducing the size of the archive. In DB, we archive logs, report, expected, actual result, and comparison data so that we can share one debug package with another engineer. So all thing will be in a single package. Sometimes we need to share logs, report with teammate. For that, we create archive. For creating the archive, we will be using command known as star, and we will be using some flag CVF. C for create, V for verbose, and F for file name. So I will be giving our file name. So it is db demo. Dot tar, and the folder RTL, TB, and script, and docs. So what I will be trying to do, I'll create one tar file which is known as dbdemo.tar, and I will try to compress all the file RTL, TB, script, and docs inside this tar file. So let me press enter. Okay, that has been done. Now let us list whatever the content of this tar file. For that, we will be using tar hyphen xbf. X is used for the extension to list what is the file content of the tar file. So you can see the list, all the list of the file that this tar file contains. Now let us create a compress archive. So for creating compress archive, let me clear this terminal. So I will be using tar hyphen C Z VF. So the Z is a flag which enables gzip compression. So basically it will compress all the content inside this tar file, and I will use debug, new folder name, debug bundle dot tar dot gz extension, and I will name it the file whatever log expected, then actual, then reports. Okay, now let us press enter. Okay, some mistake has been done, so let me check again. So yeah, we have a file name as a logs, so we have to put here logs, then we have an expected, then actual, reports, and let me press enter. So now we can see it has been done. Now what is the benefit of using this? Let us check. I will be using du minus h minus hyphen max hyphen depth equal to 1. So, okay. So you can see we have two folder. One is debug bundle.tar.gh and one is dbdemo.tar. As both of them contain same thing, but the size is drastically reduced. So this is the like power of using gzip, or we can say minus z extension. So it will compress to a large extent. So this is all for today's. If you find this video useful, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.